Welcome to the Pathways to Wholeness podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and I thank you for joining us for this next episode of meditative teaching. Please note that these meditations were recorded in a tropical environment with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds in the background. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Okay, let's just settle in, relax, maybe take a few breaths and just listen to the music before the teaching starts. The process of letting go and undoing our conditioning is, for most of us, a journey that takes time and happens in stages. Very few of us achieve instantaneous transformation. Although it is possible, but for most people, it is a process of awakening and becoming conscious, of devoting time to becoming familiar with ourselves, the way that we have controlled and managed our energy. For most of us, this journey requires that we make the truth a part of our daily routine, remembering the truth, must become part of our daily routine. In spite of being surrounded what looks like imperfection and bad and wrong, we must devote ourselves to calling to mind that the truth is real in spite of what we think we see. This is actually the true hero's journey. We must make it every day, every moment we can. It is the hero's journey because there is a constant wave of distraction coming at us from our own mind. Trying to discourage us from seeking and knowing the truth, trying to discourage us from letting go of control. In terrible fear of the loss of control. It will not always be this way. The more often we actually completely devote ourselves to making that journey, the more familiar the path becomes. And soon, nothing else will seem real except for the truth. But until we reach that point where we are ready to let go of control completely and trust in the spirit within us, we will be in conflict. We may think that we don't know the truth, but actually, we do. And actually, we know every time we deny the truth within us. We know when we go against our own best interests. Somewhere within our consciousness, we know we are denying the truth of ourselves. That we are making decisions based on fear and mistrust and doubt. And denying the possibility of miracles. And there is within us that which hates ourselves for doing that, which feels guilt and shame. It is one of our biggest healings to learn how to forgive ourselves for our betrayal of ourselves, to understand that it couldn't have happened any other way, that our journey was our unique journey, and that our awakening is a miracle, and that we can see that there is truth. We hear it and we know it. And though we may struggle to live it fully in our lives, if that's what we will devote ourselves to, nothing can stop us from knowing the truth. It is our decision. It is our choice. Our conditioning has created a powerful hypnotic trance. And when we can see that and acknowledge it and recognize it, then we can wake up from it. But it doesn't happen at once for most of us. We wake up and then we are overtaken by fear and overwhelmed again. And then we wake up and we devote ourselves to making that journey as many times as we have to staying true to it. There is the idea that we have to hit rock bottom before we will begin to make ourselves available to the Spirit within us. That we won't give up until we have no other choice. That is not necessarily truth. The truth is always calling to us. The question is, are we willing to take the risk of giving up control and trusting in that truth? Do we want to wait until we have no other choice, until we are left with nothing to do but trust that somehow there is a power in our lives that can save us? That power is always here. That decision is always before us. We don't have to continue on a path of self-destruction to realize the truth. But as we make this journey, as we begin to surrender and let go more and more, the ego responds. You must be conscious of that process. The ego will always try to remain in control. But it is not a power in our lives. The ego is a choice. We are not victims of it. We are the creators and choosers of it. And so for most of us, the contrast becomes stronger as our surrender deepens. The ego's response becomes stronger, or seems to. That is actually just that the contrast becomes less tolerable. Living in control seems to be more futile and less results are experienced. We feel like things are falling apart. We can't make things work anymore. Just because we know that there is only one way to find peace and truth and happiness. It is not through control. And so, this is our path. Take every moment to remember what is true, to devote ourselves to trusting in that truth, to letting go of control. And to cultivate unconditional forgiveness and compassion and acceptance of our struggle with letting go. We are not wrong or bad or weak or failures. Our waking up is a miracle. Our willingness to acknowledge that there is a truth bigger than what we have been taught, that there is a truth that is absolute and universal. It's a huge awakening. It is not unexpected that we should forget that message sometimes. We will always return to the truth at some point. Unconditional forgiveness, compassion, and acceptance that is our way back to the truth. And so, let us remember, the truth is absolute and universal. It is the only thing there is. It is the basis of all existence. It is the one consciousness, the only consciousness. There is no way to separate ourselves from that. It is impossible. And we must understand that there is no requirement that we live a fully enlightened life. Of course, we would like that. We would want that. But the truth remains perfect and true. Everything remains perfect. If we use our awareness to distract ourselves and deny that, the only thing that suffers is us. There is no sin. There is no judgment. No one is condemned. We will see and know that our journey is perfect. And then that it could not have been any other way. And then we will know true peace. Peace of knowing our oneness. Of knowing the infinite within us. Of being a free and open expression of that loving presence. That's our journey, our path. And it is perfect.
Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you'd like more information on these meditations and teachings, visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Surrender. These are guided meditations designed to support you in letting go of whatever tensions or false ideas you might be holding about how things really are, and reaching a state of peace and surrender. That's Pathways to Surrender. Look for the next episode soon. We're uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.